Good morning, class. Today we are going to solve equations. Today is March 30th. Now the goal of today's lesson, you should copy the notes as I go through them. Afterwards, you will complete an assignment. And tomorrow will be a shutdown day for testing. So Friday morning, we will grade your problems. So today, we are going to solve multi-step equations. And your assignment is to complete the worksheet. So we're going to start off with a problem that has a variable on both sides. So we have 2x plus 5 equals 7x minus 1. Okay, so at this point I have of x on both sides of the equation. I need to decide which way I want which side of the equal sign I want the x. I'm going to put it where my x's are already the biggest, because the x gangsters are the biggest, baddest gangsters. So I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides of the equal sign. That will cancel out the x's on the left side of the equal sign, and I get 5 equals 7x minus 2x is 5x minus 1. And now I'm going to get all of my constants on the left side. So I'm going to add 1 to both sides of the equal sign. And 5 plus 1 is 6. I have still my x gangsters, my 5x gangsters here. And the ones canceled out. Last step, you still have to get x by itself. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5. And I get x equals, if you divide this, you would get 1.2, but I would prefer to you to leave it as a fraction, 6/5. Okay, now we're going to kick it up a notch, because I know you already know how to solve equations like that. This time, we're going to combine like terms. We have 2x plus 7 plus 5x equals 3 minus 4x. Okay, if you look at your tracks, here's our tracks here. On the left side of the tracks, we have a lot of little gangsters running around. So we're going to put our little x gangsters together. The 2x, the 5x gives us 7x. And here's my plus 7 for my plain number gangsters. Here's my equal sign. On the right-hand side, the 3 minus 4x. Okay, now I want to get all my little x gangsters together. And again, I'm going to find where's my x the largest. My x is the largest on the left side this time. So I'm going to move the 4x over here. So I'm going to add 4x. That'll make the 4x's cancel out on the right-hand side. And 11x plus 4x, 7x plus 4x is 11x plus 7 equals 3. Now I'm going to move my constants over. So I'm going to subtract 7. That'll make the 7's cancel out, and I get 11x equals 3 and a negative 7. It's a negative 4. So we're going to finish this up. Still need to get x by itself. I'm going to divide by that 11. The 11's cancel out, and I get x equals negative 4 divided by 11. Now, if at any time you're trying to take notes and I'm going too fast, you can always pause, and you can always go back so you can look at it a step again. Okay, my next type of problem I'm going to be looking at is when I need to distribute. So my example is 7. I guess I like the number 7 today. 7 equals 3 oops, let me try that again. Times 4x minus 6. Okay, how do we know if we need to distribute? If you see these parentheses, these little butt cheeks here, we know we're going to distribute or multiply. So on the left side, we just have the number 7. But on the right-hand side, when I distribute 3 times 4x, that gives me 12x. 3 times a negative 6 gives me a negative 18. Now check out your problem. Here, all my x gangsters are on the right-hand side. So I need to move these plain number guys. So I'm going to add 18. I'm going to add my constant, 18. And that makes the 18s cancel out. 7 plus 18 gives me 25 equals 12x. Now, when I divide by 12, I get x equals, 12 doesn't go into 25 evenly, so I'm going to leave it as a fraction, 25 twelfths. And I can't reduce that fraction, so I'm okay to leave it like that. Alrighty, moving on. This time, I'm going to kick it up a smidge. Again, we're going to distribute. But we're going to do it on both sides, the equal sign. And I'm going to throw in a little something different. So we have negative 2x plus 5 equals 3 minus 5x, 5 times x minus 6. Sorry. So that parenthesis should be between the 5 and the x right there. Okay, so what's different in this problem is make sure you pay attention. You need to distribute a negative. So a negative times 2x is a negative 2x. A negative times 5 is a negative 5. Equals. Now on the right hand side, I'm going to bring down that 3 and I'm going to distribute this negative 5. Negative 5 times x, so negative 5x. Negative 5 times a negative 6 is a positive 30. So distributed on both sides of the equal sign this time because we had two sets of parentheses. Now, we're going to combine like terms. Notice, here's my tracks here. And on the right-hand side, I can put my 3 and my 30 together, and I get 33. Here's that minus 5x. On the left side, we have a negative 2x minus 5. Okay, so time to get my x's together. So I'm going to add 5x to both sides of the equal sign. My 5x's cancel out. A negative 2x and a positive 5x. That is 3x. And here's my minus 5. Here's my equal sign. 33. And I'm going to add 5. This gives me 3x equals 33 and 5 is 38. Divide by 3. And 3 does not go into 38 evenly, and I can't reduce that fraction. So x is 38 divided by 3. And again, if I went too fast, please make sure you pause it and look over it again. Okay, so we are almost done with today's lesson. However, we are going to do make sure that you understand the difference between a couple of answers. So I'm going to draw a line. And how do you know this symbol? It's called the null set. It means no solution. And you know this one is all real numbers. So I wanted to give you an example of when you use the two signs. If you have 2x plus 3 equals 2x minus 5. If we go to solve that, and we want to put our x's together, I want to put all my x's on the left-hand side, so I'm going to subtract 2x here. And my 2x is canceled out here. But what happened? They also subtract out on the left-hand side. And you get 3 equals negative 5. Now, how often does the number 3 equal negative 5? If I have $3, it's not the same thing as I got, just $5. I have no money at all. So 3 never, ever, ever equals negative 5. So this is no solution. Now, what if I have 2 times 3x minus 1 equals 6x minus 2. Okay, well, if I can distribute, because I have parentheses here, 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times a minus 1. Distribute 2 times minus 1 is a minus 2 equals, over here on the right hand side we have 6x minus 2. The left side of the equal sign, the right side of the equal sign, they're exactly the same. If I try to get all my x gangsters together, subtract 6x, subtract 6x. Yes, the x gangsters cancel out, but I get negative 2 equals negative 2. They are exactly the same. How often does negative 2 equal negative 2? It equals itself. It equals itself all the time. All the time. So, how often? It's all real numbers. So again, you have the null set whenever the numbers are different, no x's, variables cancel out, all real numbers,